Sonia.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, Ruby. Thank you.
Welcome to 2021 questions of Demure Drapes. Today I'm going to be asking you 20 questions basically, which will relate more to what you do.
Yes.
Can you introduce yourself to the Demure
Absolutely,
Drapes
yeah.
ladies?
Yes. I'm Sonia Sidhu, and I've been in Singapore for the past 20 years, and I run this store called Jinders. It's been around for more than 20 years as well.
Sonia,
Yeah.
Jinder's being one of the leading fashion shops in Singapore. What's the fashion scene in Singapore like?
Basically, in the past decade or so, the fashion scene, I'm talking about Bollywood, basically, Indian fashion, it's changed a lot. There's a lot of events, there are fashion shows, there are fairs, exhibits. So there's a lot of happening stuff for all the fashionistas here.
When did you decide on entering Jinder's?
I'm an interior designer by profession, and when I got married, we had this family business already, which was running for like a couple of years here. So there was an option of either studying further in Singapore or pursuing fashion. And whilst I was actually designing my trousseau, I got really interested in fashion. So I said, why not take this up? And that's how it all started.
What are the kind of apparels Jinder's prides itself on?
Jindals is a one-stop shop for everything Indian. So we have everything under one roof, from semi-formal till the bridal. So the seasons, as the seasons go by, we keep changing. We focus on semi-formal at times. We focus on festive wear. We focus on bridal. So from time to time, we have everything available in the store.
What makes Jinder's different from the other shops in Singapore?
I think Jindas is basically a very dependable shop. We've been around for more than 20 years, and we've been here, so it's very dependable. I mean, if you're looking for something Indian to wear, we're always there for you. Another thing, I think what makes us stand out is there's this preconceived notion that we are pretty expensive, like our price points are high, but I don't think so. I think our price points are sort of a plus point, actually. They're pretty much reasonable, very affordable range. We carry a very affordable line.
Does one need to make appointments to come visit your shop?
We do entertain walk-ins. It's like a full-fledged shop. It's open throughout the year, of course, other than public holidays, etc., from 11:30 to 8:30. So you don't really need an appointment. But if somebody wants to see me to design their bridal outfits, or if they're going for a wedding and they would need my advice, I'm generally there like on a Wednesday and a Saturday.
What's a typical day for you like?
So a typical day, work-wise, is I'm in the shop 3 days a week, like Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. I just conduct the whole shop on that day, attend to clients, mingle, and all of everything, all appointments, etc. Check on orders if there's anything, that kind of stuff. And the other days, I do a lot of like my buying, my marketing, and all of that. So that's how the day goes by. I try to get home early and spend some time with the kids. So by 6:37, I think in the evenings, you mostly won't catch me in the shop.
And how many children do you have?
I've got 2 kids. Priyanka is, I think Ruby knows both of them. Priyanka is 21 in September, and Rajveer, who is 15 now.
How often did you travel for work in the pre-COVID days?
Very often, because we don't believe in dumping a lot of stock in the shop, because space is limited. I mean, it's a reasonably big shop, but still, because we carry so much variety of merchandise, so I travel at least every month and a half to 2 months to bring in new varieties and add on to our collections and stuff. Yeah.
Do you still travel now?
No, I haven't traveled in a year.
So how do you manage now?
At the moment, how I manage is all through WhatsApp buying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you think it's pretty dependable?
I think we have done well. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. How do you maintain a work-life balance?
So I'm not a very ambitious person by nature. I like work and family life. I mean, I want it all, obviously. So as it goes by, I spend a lot of time with family, and I'm not like overly working, a major workaholic or anything. Yeah.
How do you keep abreast of the latest fashion trends?
So I'm very much on social media, obviously, and so any free time I get, I definitely check out what's the latest, what's in trend now. I'm talking about Indian fashion and also other fashion. I like to check out all our designers, what's in, and yeah. So it's ongoing.
What excites you most about fashion?
Um, I think what excites me about most about fashion and having a retail shop is you get to meet so many different people from walks of life, their stories. Let's say I'm attending to a bride, designing her entire range, or let's say I'm attending to someone who's attending a wedding, getting to know their personal bits, and they're saying we wanna, buy something for this occasion, and all the little stories that happen throughout the journey. I think that excites me a lot.
What's your favorite thing to wear?
All right, so casually, I'm always seen in my crop pants with a loose blouse, and I'm just floating around in that most of the time. I also like to wear jumpsuits, wear in Western clothes like just a one piece. Where Indian clothes are concerned, I know you want to hear sari, but I'm just growing into that, I would say. I'm not like an avid sari wearer. I like my shararas and I like anarkalis.
How do you describe your personal style?
I think is comparatively understated. I think being in fashion, one has to be flamboyant and all of that. But I think I just can't be that. As my son says it, I like to underplay everything, and I think yeah, that's true. I like a understated style.
Who is the most fashionable amongst the people you know?
Since I'm in fashion, I meet a lot of fashionable people, and I'm really so happy to see how. I'm using the word vain in a nice way. People are so conscious about how they look and dress up. Really interesting. But if you ask me right now, the couple of people who stand out in my mind is definitely one of them is my mom-in-law. She is such a stylish lady. Even at home, she's always so well dressed. Even if you enter her bedroom, even if she's just always elaborately dressed. So that's fashionable. Not only turning out for an event fashionably, fashion in every walk of life. A couple of my friends also stand out in my mind, but there are too many to name. But yeah,
If you could style one person, who would you like? Who would it be?
I think I would like to style Priyanka Chopra. I've grown on to sort of respect her for the kind of niche that she's created for herself in the global platform. So I think I'd like to style. I like to just get to know her and style her and see, she's very open-minded. So yeah, I'd like her for her to style.
Do you consider yourself a feminist?
Of course, yes, definitely.
And what does a feminist mean to you?
To put it really simply, I think a feminist is someone who asks for equal rights for women and equal treatment for women. So yeah, simply put that way, equality in gender.
Do you think the way society view women is changing?
Of course, it is, but I think not as drastically as it should. I think world is moving so fast. A lot of countries, a lot of improvement needs to be made on that front for sure. So I think it's moving, but not as fast as it should.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Uh, I think my parents always taught me that there is no shortcuts to success. I think hard work is the only key. So yeah, I think that's definitely what I've stuck on to: work hard all the time and keep going.
What's the best advice you've ever given?
Same. I teach my kids that, with kids, they want like instant gratification, instant success. Always tend to give them the same story that you need to put in the hard work. It won't work otherwise.
What's your proudest moment at Gindel's?
I think it was this year when COVID happened. I was pretty nervous, and I told my husband like, "Oh my God, it's COVID, and I don't know what's going to happen." And he's like, "Just chill, doesn't matter, we will see." And then I started studying, when the lockdown happened, I started doing courses, how to be more online, how to be more visible. And I think I applied those things to my business, and it really helped. I think we've done exceedingly well last year.
What courses did you do?
Did a lot of online courses for being more visible on Instagram and Facebook, and that kind of stuff, being more out there. So I had to sort of, and I'm not a very I was never a camera person. Always doing lives and stuff were a little bit too much for me, but I had to sort of reinvent myself and say, no, you have to do it. And courses for being there on social, mainly, it was that. I want to add one thing there. A lot of clients I got through social media this year. In fact, when we look at backtrack, I think we had a commendable number of people who everybody came in through social. So, of course, my regular clients kept coming back, but the new clients I made was tremendous.
So, Sonia, we are done with our 20 questions, and that was pretty quick and really a lot of information we have from you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Most
And
welcome.
you've been such an amazing lady. I'm going to give you a bonus round of another 21
Oh,
questions.
that's nice. That's nice. Thank you. Thank you so much.
How do you start your day, Sonia?
Uh, I generally wake up in the morning for my son. He leaves at about 6:30. So I try to wake up at about 6:15 for him, but I sometimes tend to nap after that. I try not to do that, but yeah. I take 2 glasses of lemon water in the morning. That sort of kicks my day off. Maybe some exercise, but not every day. And then I just get on to whatever is work for the day.
What's inspirational and offers strength to you?
I think I get a lot of strength from my family, both sides of my family. We're pretty strong women out there, like my mom, my sisters. We all take energy from each other and inspiration from each other. Yeah,
That's fabulous.
yeah.
What would you like to be remembered for?
I think by nature I'm a very kind person, but life teaches you and you move on to sometimes being a little, you know what I mean. But so always, if I'm being nasty, I just want to go back to being that kind person that I always was, and I think I want to be remembered for that.
What are your favorite things to do with friends?
So I love my friends. I absolutely am a very social person, and I like to have loads of friends around me. I don't like to see them like every day, but yeah, I like to see them on weekends and sometimes for lunches, just chill, chat, catch up. But I like close knit friends. I mean, I don't want to have like quantity over quality. I rather have few friends. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite hobby?
Yeah, I love singing, and I want to definitely pursue it someday when time permits, and that day should be sometime soon. But I still haven't gotten around to doing it.
What's your favorite exercise?
I love walking.
In Singapore, where do you walk? Do you have any favorite places?
I like to go around my house mostly. There's a canal behind, and I like to go to the beach sometimes. Sometimes I walk with friends in Sentosa. Not all the time though.
What's your favorite fashion trend of all time?
I think if you study fashion over a long time, Indian fashion I'm talking about, I think the beautiful short suits with those tight fitted churidars, I think that stands out in my mind. And then moving on, you have these long royal anarkalis, floor touching and stuff. Yeah, those, yeah, I like this trend, yeah.
What's the biggest surprise you've ever had?
So surprise, I had a couple from my husband. I think he loves to surprise me, and I always try to surprise him as well. So a couple of years back, I was traveling to India for work, and I came back bang on the eve of my birthday, and he organized a beautiful photo shoot with an Australian photographer at home. The kids were pretty young, so those have been like really memorable.
Do you have a secret talent?
Secret talent, I think it's not really a secret. I love to do up my house, and so interior designing is so designing, maybe upholstering, all of that. Yeah.
Do you have a nickname?
So Sonia is actually my nickname. My real name is Jaspreet.
How would you describe yourself in 3 words?
I think I'm very loyal, humble, and caring.
What are the 3 things you cannot live without?
Of course, my home, my beautiful home, my family, my friends.
What's one cause that's very dear to you?
I love to, as I can, do some kind of philanthropy as life goes by. But I think what I generally get most attracted to is supporting old folks, as I feel really bad, and also the underprivileged kids. So these are the 2 causes. If anybody comes up to me with it, I definitely try and support as much as I can.
What's your favorite thing to eat?
Whatever's cooked at home, actually, our home food is really nice. I like chicken soup with noodles in it. I like my chicken curry. The list can go on, actually.
What's your least favorite thing to eat?
I don't like overly cooked vegetables. I like my vegetables like a little raw, more salady kind of stuff.
Can you tell us a little bit about the sari that you're wearing?
So I know I am running a shop which has a lot of saris, and a lot of you guys shop saris from me as well. but I'm not a very big sari. I mean, I don't wear saris all the time. So I had saris that I was looking at wearing for today with Ruby to have the interview with her. And then I asked my mom-in-law to bring out some saris. So this is her sari. It's a silk, obviously. It's not really what I wear, but I said let me try a silk sari, and it's about a 40-year-old sari. She's worn this only once, but I realized she gave me a couple of other options as well, but I realized that she had kept it so well, and it's just so beautiful. I fell in love with the sari actually.
So you have any idea where this is from in India?
She said it's from Banaras.
What is your favorite type of sari?
I mean, for me, or if it's for my clients, then generally it all depends on their personality, obviously. Silks are elegant if you can carry it. There's also a net sari if you want a super glam look. And then, of course, Georgette is the elegant sari. But what I've noted is it should be thin and light, because if it's heavy and then, draping it and all of that fabric, I don't think you just get drowned in that. I think it depends on the personality and what the client or anybody likes.
If you had to go and buy a sari for yourself, not here, I mean somewhere outside, which
Yeah.
one would you go for?
I would definitely try out a few and then see what goes on me and then make a choice. But it would be definitely a Georgette, a beautiful Georgette sari with not too much work. Yeah.
How many saris do you own?
Okay, that's a question that's going to. I think I just have about 5-6 saris. I know you were looking at hearing like 100 or whatever, considering that I have a shop. But no, as I told you, I'm not a very big sari.
Sari fan. And
Yeah.
you have your mother-in-law who has...
To be honest, I'm growing on to love them. So I see myself, because I tried 3 or 4 saris lately and all of them were so pretty. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm starting to like saris. So yeah,
Where do you buy all your saris from?
whatever saris, of course, I've had in the past few, is mostly from Jinders. Yeah.
What does a sari mean to you?
So I think sari is a really elegant attire. Can really take your glam quotient high, provided you wear it gracefully.